Hi, I'm Craig Plainfield. We're going to be cooking some ribs today. It's sunny and beautiful out, and who doesn't love ribs when they're done just right? The important thing about ribs is to get them tender without overcooking them, and also infuse the flavor into them. Whether you use a dry rub, which we're going to be using, or a barbecue sauce, you want that flavor to be infused into them. We're going to be using 3 different techniques today. We're going to be using the smoker to give them some flavor. We're going to be using the sous vide to cook them perfect and tender. And we're going to finish them on the grill to give them that crusty edge. We're going to be using a wonderful sauce. It's made with whiskey and maple and served with my baked beans. Let's get cooking. We've got our ribs out of the brine. We're going to coat them really well with the rub. Now we're going to put them on the smoker. So we get our smoker going, not too hot because we're not cooking the ribs, we're just adding the flavor. We're going to smoke them for 2 hours with hickory, and when they're done, they're going to have that wonderful hickory smoke flavor, but we're going to let the SousVide Supreme do the cooking. We have our ribs that have come out of the smoker. They're all nice and fragrant. They have that rub all over them. Now it's time to let the SousVide Supreme take over. We'll put them in our vacuum bag. We'll seal them up. We're going to set our oven for 149 degrees, put them in the SousVide Supreme for 48 hours, and forget about them. Traditionally, when you cook ribs, you cook them low and slow. On the smoker, it takes 24 hours to cook the ribs properly, to get them tender. In this way, we get the flavor from the smoker to begin with, and then the sous vide does the rest. They're tender and moist, they're nice and flavorful on the outside. You have perfect ribs every time. All right, we've got these ribs that have already been cooked sous vide. They're ready to go. We've got a hot grill. Let's put the ribs on. Let's slather them with this wonderful sauce. Keep on turning them until they're nice and crispy. And oh, they smell so good. It's time to eat. These ribs are going to make you a rib believer and a sous vide believer because they come out so tender, so moist, unlike any ribs you've ever had. We're going to cut these ribs apart. You don't even need a knife. They just pull apart. Look how moist and tender they are. Juicy, crispy on the outside with our sous vide baked beans. Oh boy, I'm going to have a lot of company this summer.